Okay, this is Crow from Global Music Club with 10 Minutes Caws. And as it is Saturday, this is the day in which we do our Goth session in Goth We Trust. If you remember last time, we had Trevor Brian Floor talking to us about the myth of Goth and style related things and some of the cultural aspects. And as he said, it all goes back to Goth music. And trying to pick up on that, today I brought you a very interesting band in the goth scene, and we will pass on to this band in just a second. Please meet Drew Freeman from Sometime the Wolf.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you doing?
how are you doing?
I'm alright, yeah, very good, thank you.
Okay, how's it been over there?
Oh, it's not been too bad. I think most folk are ready for getting out now. Been locked down like 6 weeks or so, I think it's taking its toll on a lot of folk now. I know I'm looking forward to getting back to work, but that might be just me, I don't know.
Yeah, many people have taken their time to do stuff at home that they'd never done before, and
Oh
really
yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of DIY work going on at home and that. I think there's plenty of garden fences being painted and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Um, we already did two interviews in Crow's Nest with you,
Yeah,
and Stuart Turnbull also did a review on your latest album, From Here to Earth, which,
yeah,
in my opinion, is one of the best albums I've heard in the last
yeah.
times. And just tell us a bit, how well has it been received? Are you happy with the reception and the feedback?
Yeah, yeah. I think we've been more than happy with the reception of it. I mean, I don't know what to say really. I mean, it's been well recepted. I think some of the die-hard goths out there that are into the more trad sounds and stuff like that, I think they may find it a bit heavy, a bit metal. I don't know, but it's definitely been well recepted. And yeah, we can't be thankful enough to everyone. I mean, even on the metal side, when I've posted stuff on metal sites and stuff like that, they've took to it really well. So maybe it's just a good blend of both. But yeah, we're more than happy with it. The lads are chuffed with where it's gone and that, and there's not many left now, so it's been selling all right. So
I think
yeah,
if I may ask or state this, um, although there's been a lot going on the goth scene and releases, I think you've filled a kind of a niche that people were expecting and needing, and uh, I believe you sort of, from what I've seen, growing a bit into a new cult band. Would you say that?
uh, yeah. I mean, I'd love to say we are, but obviously it's early days for us. Um, I, we've definitely got a really good following and a really loyal following. And when we've been playing places where we haven't played before, we've been well recepted. So it can only be a positive thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But you have
and
established a very nice fan base over the last.
yeah, I think maybe there has been a longing for a band that crosses definitely into the goth scene, but also crosses into the heavier side of things as well. With that heavier sound. I mean, we're not full out balls out heavy with a big, you know, the big heavy riff driven stuff, but it's definitely an heavy album that crosses into both genres. Maybe it has just filled the gap. You know.
Yeah. In fact, we do have some of your fans in the chat, and some of the
Yeah.
comments are. It's an awesome album, superb album, and that Sometime the Wolf is the best live band for years. So we're getting some great feedback on this one.
Yeah, I mean, we try. I mean, we're an honest, hard-working band, and we've always done that. We don't, there's not much backing. If anything, there's none. And we go out and we just play, and we enjoy it. When we're up there, we enjoy it. I know sometimes we probably don't look like we are, but we're absolutely loving it when we're out there, and we do try and put on a show, you know. And I think that carries through, you know. I think people see that.
Cheers, and the wolf pack is represented. So for those who don't know it, the wolf pack is the Facebook community group for Sometime the Wolf, for fans, family, and friends. Is that right? Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Well, I would just say one of the reasons I'm not on there is because sometimes I don't think it's wise sometimes for all members to be on their own fan page, if you will. So sometimes if I saw a comment that I might find it, you know, I don't want to respond to it in the wrong way. So I think that's the only reason that I don't go on there. So I'm just stressing that.
Okay, so getting more into the goth aspect of this, because the main aim of these Saturday sessions is to get people to know more about goth culture and goth elements. So when you're writing a song or an album and you want a goth album or a goth rock album, would you say there are key elements that you need to respect or think about when you are writing the album, like certain sounds, certain tones, certain instruments? So what would be the key elements of a goth album?
I mean, obviously for our band that's slightly different because we don't go out to just write like purely goth songs. But I mean, I do understand
the goth atmosphere. So
yeah. I understand. Yeah, really, it's what forms that sound for me is the fingerpick sort of guitar sound that's with the delay and the reverb, and then you've got all the layers of fingerpick stuff, cleaner sounds over the top of slightly distorted fingerpick sounds, and then you've got obviously if you put your synth sounds behind it and your deeper chord sort of stuff, then obviously you can instantly make it sound quite gothy, really, you know. And obviously the drums play a huge part in that, what the drums are doing. But also there's so many different aspects and sounds for me in that goth sound. You know, you've got your almost dancey type drum beats that are drum machine driven, and then obviously you've got your live sort of sound on an acoustic kit, which can give the same sort of song with a different drum pattern, a different feel altogether. So yeah, I mean, if I was going to go out and write a pure goth album and stuff, I would definitely go for more of a cleaner, finger-picked, delay, reverb, chorus sort of sound on the guitars, and yeah, that's what I'd do with a lot of keys behind it backing.
Apart from your own album, put apart, what would you consider the best goth song or album that really marked you, or that really is for you the best thing written in goth music?
In goth music, I mean, to be quite honest, it'd have to, for me,
if you have one, of course.
The album that I really used to listen to a hell of a lot when I first got into goth and stuff like that was God's Own Medicine Mission, and obviously Sisters of Mercy, First, Last and Always, and obviously my favourite Fields and Nephilim album is Elysium. Not necessarily the recording of it. I think it's a very quiet album. I'd love to hear a remastered version. And The heavier side of it would be Zoom, Nephilim.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, them are the albums for me personally that I used to listen to a hell of a lot.
And for people who are now starting, as you know, I started exploring the goth scene some time ago. We spoke about that when we were together. Where would you tell people to start if they're interested in exploring goth rock, if they've never ventured into that area? So, what would you advise to people? Where to start?
I'd tell them to start with obviously, probably albums that most people listen to. Like I say, First, Last, and Always. Your more modern, your new era type stuff that a lot of the goths listen to. Eden House. Fields of the Nephilim. There's so many bands out there, like the newer bands like Somber. They've got that traditional goth sound, and they're doing really well. OBB, October Burns Black. Again, they've got that sort of trad sound, but also quite rocky. There is so many bands now out there. I mean, I could go on keep rhyming them off.
I talked about that with Trevor, and we talked about this sort of not rebirth because Goth never died, but sort of comeback over the last 2 years of many productions in the area and many bands appearing. Some of them from people who were there in the beginning and are coming back.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, you've got likes of Lad who's come back, and there is so many lads that have got back together that were together in the 80s and 90s that have decided to get together and see where they can take things, and some of it's sounding really, really good, and it's good to be in a mix with so many great bands. Like I say, I could keep naming bands and bands that we've played with, bands that have become friends of some time with Wolf, it's where to stop.
Before we started this live show, we were chatting a bit, and we were talking about clothes and everything, and you said you were never that really black wearing guy, but when you do a show and when you go live and you present your band, you pay much attention to detail in terms of image and clothing, and you do have a very own way of doing that. So how did you construct the image of Sometime the Wolf when on stage?
I think when we came up with the band name, and we the more songs we wrote, the more feel I got for the band. And I've always liked the goth culture. I've always liked the dark clothing and stuff like that. But the goth culture mainly was, your stereotypical, quite shiny, clean look. Where I've always liked the new age look from the early 90s. I just like that grungy new age sort of look. Always wear paras, and I don't know, I think I just prefer that Revenant sort of rough and ready sort of look. And I think when we got the name of the band and what the songs we were writing and everything, I think it just lent itself to obviously the wolf headdress. And I've always been into like American Indian type stuff as well, and that. So I just think I've created this image in my head. And
do you have it with you?
I've got it. Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
Can we see it? For those who don't.
Yeah. Whenever. Would you want it to work?
Yo, that would be nice. Yeah.
tone.
Nice. I'm so looking forward to see you live. I hope.
I don't often wear this at home.
Do you comb it?
So, I comb it. You know, to be quite honest, when you said we were doing this today, I thought, I don't know if she'll want to see the hat or not. And I actually got it out the van, and I hadn't worn it since we did the gig at for Corrosion over at Morecambe.
Mm-hmm.
So that was before lockdown, so it hasn't seen the light of day out of my bag since for about 8 weeks now. So yeah.
We have someone saying walks out of the wilderness and picks up the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, I like that look. I like what we do. We manage. I think with the music we do, I think it lends itself. We create something that
it comes across great, because I've never seen you live, unfortunately, but I hope I will. But Gary Quamby, who takes so many concert photography and amazing photography, and it comes, it shows in the pictures, and it makes you want to go to the show just for the image as well. Not the
it's a funny thing, really. I mean, we play some places and they're not very big and the stage is small, and I think to myself, it's not a place for all the theatrics or the hat and that, and I feel a bit humble and I just think, I'm not wearing it. But then we go to other places where it's a slightly larger stage, and I do think sometimes a Wolf are a much better band in a larger venue on a bigger stage, and I think that shows. I think it's always shown that we are a better band on a bigger stage than in a small place, and that definitely helps with the hat and the whole look.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you would like to add, or a message for your wolves watching?
I'd just like to thank everyone for all the support up to now. Like you said, and you mentioned Gary Quamby. Gary Quamby's been there right from the start. He's done us some magic pictures, and we're thankful for that. Kirsten gave us our first break on the big stage. And then obviously Steve and Simon, Steve Curry and Simon Rippon, that did the album with us and become friends since. And there's just so many people along the way, all the bands that we've played with. We've always been really happy to play with them and not play with them in that sense, I'm not being a bit kinky. But
that was your mind that went there, not mine.
Yeah, I know. And I just want to give a shout out to Pete Finishmore as well, from Grooving in Green, who's put together the Unity charity album for the Kerr workers. Nadia, my partner, she's a Kerr worker.
And respect to those.
Yeah, I just think it'd be great if people could just get behind that Unity album. And just donate to download it.
Where could people find it?
Yeah, you can get it on Bandcamp. So if you put in Unity and search it down on Bandcamp, you come across it. It's got a green cover, and obviously the proceeds of that, they're going to go towards the Kerr workers. So it'd be magic if they could. And there's some names on there that have added tracks to it. I know Simon Inkless put one on, and obviously Grooving in Green. There's so many. I'm being put on the spot. I should have written it all down, but I haven't. So
yeah, but people will have a look there.
Faces of Sarah.
Yeah.
On it.
Good that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And people will go there. Once the lockdown is sort of lifted, because someone is saying that they're hoping to see you back in Leeds soon, do you have anything lined up, or is everything on hold for now?
Well, it's been funny. I mean, I know we talked slightly just before this, and like I said, this last 6 weeks for me has been a bit of a revelation, as in for messing around with tech stuff. I've never recorded so much music and I know Lee sent over a hell of a lot of stuff, some really good stuff for the album, the second album, and we're well on ahead now for a lot of good ideas. We're all chuffed to bits with what is being sent around and what we've heard. Sorry, I just got off the question there. What was it again?
If you have anything lined up already, any dates, or are you on hold?
So yeah, after this lockdown, we did have the HMH gigs booked in, the ones for Sheffield and London. And obviously Fields and Nephilim, My Dying Bride are the headliners for that. We were really looking forward to that. Now, whether they're going to go ahead or not, I'm not too sure. They're in September, so we'll just have to see what obviously the UK government say. And then we were due to play in Leeds around November time. We were going to do hopefully what was going to be like a pre-album launch, if you will, where people were going to get to hear like the new songs that were going to be on the new album. But obviously we're having this lockdown. All right, there's a lot of ideas being sent around and that, but it's been impossible for us to rehearse because one of us in the band has a condition where they take a medicine, so there's no chance at all that he can mix, or even get a whiff of the COVID virus, if you will. So we haven't been able to rehearse. So we'll just have to. Obviously, we will be playing places.
Preparing a new album? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be quite a heavy album, but I think there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of really good ideas being thrown around, and I'd love to make a bit more of a concept album. Me personally, I don't know what the rest of the lads think, but I think it could possibly turn out to be maybe something like that, where one song sort of like leads to the next, almost telling a story. So we'll see.
And that is great news. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm a bit nervous. It's the first time I've ever Skyped, so hope it's been all right.
I think there's a lot of things that we did for the first time in lockdown. I had never streamed, so here I am doing daily streams. So
well, I much prefer this actually to what we did last time. Last time we did a written interview, didn't we? So.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because you didn't use Skype.
Anti-Skype at the time.
Yeah. How things changed. Okay, and we have a comment saying that the concept album sounds great. So, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I would like to remind you that we have daily topics except Wednesdays. Some are drum lessons, some are guitar lessons on 10 Minutes Caws. But next Saturday will be Goth Day again. And our guest for next Saturday will be Nino Sable, a name which you may know from Aeon Sable or Melancholia, the other project that Nino has. We'll get a bit into design as well, and design concept around goth music and cover albums. So I hope you will be there next week or on the other days if you want some fashion tips on Fridays and stuff. You just have to go to our Global Music Club Facebook page, go to events, and you will see what we have in store. Tomorrow we will have a longer interview and with You Never Know with Crow, so I'm not going to say what's going to happen. And that's it for today. Goodbye, Drew.
Goodbye.
And I
See you later.
when you have a new album ready, we will do this again and you will tell us a bit more about it.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Thanks everyone that's listened. Cheers. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Bye. And people are saying bye to you as well. See you.
See you later.